NK Telco Sports welcomes you to Watkins for our coverage of the Myers Tavern Tip-Off Tournament, where the Calvary Christian Spartans will take on the Waynesfield-Goshen Tigers. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, and NK Telco. Good evening once again. I'm Dave Helmstetter, and along with me tonight, Jeff Benchen, in the Myers Tavern Tip-Off Tournament, the consolation game here at the Watkins Athletic Complex. We have the Waynesfield-Goshen Tigers of Coach Josh Plum and the Calvary Christian Spartans of Coach Rob Rogan. Two teams lost last night. The Tigers didn't look so good in their opener. Calvary Christian, on the other hand, fought Riverside till late in the contest before the Pirates pulled away.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these teams respond. You know, no one wants to start the season 0-2, but in this tournament setup where the losers play losers and winners play winners today, yeah, it's going to happen. You know, other teams, you could lose Friday night, but then rebound and, you know, depending on who you schedule, win the next night. But Calvary Christian and Waynesfield, you know, someone's going home 0-2 right out of the books, and Waynesfield had a rough night, like you said, losing by 29 points, I believe, and then Calvary Christian hung with Riverside till about 3.5 quarters and evidently lost by 14. So Calvary Christian trying to convert, if you will, over from the Christian School League into the Ohio High School Athletic Association play. You know, has some good nucleus of players, and Waynesfield has, you know, got to find a way to bounce back. And Watkins is probably a pretty good team, so they're going to have to play very well. You know, try to bounce back off that tough loss and be competitive against Calvary Christian.
Yeah, Calvary Christian, Wyatt Schlatter, he had 22 points, a nice effort. Nice inside-out kind of player, and he did a nice job. And Zeke Wiley had 11 points. He came off the bench for those points. Waynesfield-Goshen, Watkins got off to an incredible start in that contest and jumped out to a 17-18 nothing lead right away. And Waynesfield has to handle the pressure that they'll probably see. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our national anthem. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
And we're just moments away from the introduction of the starting lineups. Introducing the officials for tonight's game. We see Steve Trout down there, a familiar sight to local basketball fans, one of the three officials here this evening.
Raymond Farrell and Bradley Lemon also accompanying Mr. Steve Trout tonight as well.
Now for the starting lineups. Waynesfield-Goshen tonight, the visitors. Key point. They're the visitors. And number 1, Chase Kaufman, a 5'8 junior.
Number 3, Landon DeWitt.
Landon DeWitt, 5'10 senior, number 3.
Number 4, Dalton Jordan.
And number 4, Dalton Jordan, a 6-foot senior.
Number 5, Levi Glick.
Levi Glick, number 5, a sophomore at 5'11. And number 14, Carson Barnes, a 6-foot junior. Stands 6 foot, and he will be the player that most likely will be playing inside for Waynesfield-Goshen Tigers. And for the home team tonight, the Calvary Christian Spartans under head coach Rob Rogan.
Number 3, Evan Patton.
Number 3 is Evan Patton, a senior.
Number 4, Philip Davey.
Philip Davey, number 4.
Number 5, Wyatt Slaughter.
Number 5, Wyatt Slaughter.
Number 15, Luke Gartner.
And number 15, Luke Gardner.
And number 33, Charles Crum.
And number 33 is senior Charles Crum. Those are our starters tonight. Let's take a look at our keys to the game tonight. All brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. First for the visitors tonight, Waynesfield-Goshen.
Well, they want to locate the Spartan shooters and limit them on three-point shooting. Also need to play physical by boxing out and limiting their second chance opportunities, and make good decisions on offense. Be patient, but be aggressive. Don't force it if it's not there.
And for the home team, the Calvary Christian Spartans.
Patient on offense. Don't force passes again. Don't try to do too much. Take good shots. Stay disciplined on defense. Don't overreact or overcommit where you're out of position if you miss the steal. And also maintain sound fundamentals. Sounds like a key to success there. Simple passing, simple dribbling, good defense, good offense. As we're underway as the official, it's the first time I've ever seen the official kind of get in the way on a opening tip, and everyone's okay.
Yeah, Calvary Christian wants to play a pretty disciplined offense. That's when they look the best, and we'll see how it shakes out. They'll go down low inside the Davy. Ball goes to the floor, and Tigers come up with it. They get it out and up and in, and Landon DeWitt, I believe, number 3 with a bucket.
Correct. He leaked out and then got a nice shot. Spartan tried to block it, but DeWitt able to get it off before the shot was blocked and off the glass for his first 2 points.
Oh, a much better start already for Waynesfield-Goshen.
First lead they've had this season.
Night. Yeah, and last night at Watkins, they hit a buzzsaw in that first 4 or 5 minutes.
2 quick turnovers.
They've come out fired up just a little bit more than they were last night.
Yeah, rough start. Like I said, anytime you fall behind by 17, at least it was early in the game, but just that's hard to come back from.
There's an outside jumper shot just a little bit short by DeWitt. Rebound comes down inside, up and in, and Dalton Jordan puts the Tigers up 4-0.
Second chance opportunity. Jordan capitalizes on it.
And one thing the Tigers did not do was play this little zone defense.
Yep.
Press.
Oh, nice bounce pass. Well, right idea. The short pass just kind of, it almost looked like instead of kind of bouncing up on the bounce, it skidded and never really did bounce up, but it's a good idea. But that's 3 possessions, 3 turnovers for the Spartans.
Tigers with the basketball. They'll go to the left side, and Kaufman back out front to Barnes. Barnes goes to the right side, and Glick inside. Ball is going to go out of bounds and off of Kaufman.
Tough break, as it looked like I was about ready to say Waynesfield was going to go up 6-love, but the ball mishandled, and the Waynesfield-Goshen Tigers commit their first turnover.
And one thing that the Spartans had problems with was pressure defense, and that's exactly what the Tigers are giving them here in the opening quarter of the consolation game of the Myers Tavern Tip-Off Classic.
Jace Kaufman picks up the game's first foul, his first and team's first. I'm sure he mentioned again the new rule change with the personal fouls per quarter.
Interesting to see that rule as it develops over the course of the season.
One thing I noticed doing a couple games early where you shoot on the 5th foul and then it resets at the end of the quarters. Then when you go to the second quarter and there's a foul, you're not shooting free throws. I don't know if that's speeding the game up a little bit more, but we talked earlier, Dave, one of the rules mentioned on the website for Ohio High School Athletic Association was the study they did were injuries due to rebounding on free throws, which surprised me, but there's another turnover.
Carson Barnes with the steal, and the ball's going to roll out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Tigers.
4 possessions for Calvary Christian, 4 turnovers.
And the aggressive play of Waynesfield, pretty obvious here in this opening quarter of tonight's contest. Outside 15-footer, no good by Glick. Rebounded by Schlatter. There's the steal by Glick. He'll go in, misses the shot. Schlatter will bring it up court. Left side it goes. Gartner's shot blocked out of bounds, and Calvary Christian will inbound it.
Well, they do get their first shot off, as though it was blocked out of bounds. We'll get another look as number 24, Zeke Wiley, off the bench. He's a junior.
Number 24, Zeke Wiley.
Wiley had 11 points last night against Riverside. They'll go over to the right side. Wiley goes down low to Schlatter. Tigers obviously concerned about Schlatter, and they'll create a turnover as Barnes comes up with a basketball again.
6 turnovers as they couldn't capitalize on that team offensive rebound.
Inside turnaround jumper is going to fall as Jace Kaufman connects.
That was a tough shot. He went fast. I don't know if the ball got over 10 feet. It kind of hit the rim and it looked like David climbed over it and dropped in, but Kaufman scores the point. A 6-0 lead for the Tigers.
Gardner looking inside, shot no good by Wiley. Kaufman all the way across to Glick. Glick wants to go inside and airmails that one, intended for Kaufman as he tried to throw it across court.
Second Tiger turnover.
Waynesfield-Goshen on the defense, really trapping and really being much more aggressive than they were against Watkins. There's the dish off. Short jumper is good as number 3, Evan Patton, puts it off the glass, and with 4:15 to go, first quarter on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard at 6-2. 3-point shot by Kaufman, no good. A rebound up and in by Levi Glick.
2 offensive rebounds for the Tigers, 4 points. So they've taken advantage of those 2 opportunities on the missed shot.
15-footer is good as Luke Gardner connects.
Well, it took nearly 4 minutes for the Spartans to get their first shot in, and they've hit 2 of them back-to-back in less than about 40 seconds.
3 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Opening quarter, outside shot by Barnes off the glass, and Wyatt Schlatter will get the basketball up court to Patton. Back out to Schlatter. He's top of the key, guarded there by DeWitt. Back out front to Patton. Goes to the right side and Gardner. Gardner looks inside, puts it back out to Patton. Left side Schlatter thinks about it. They'll reverse it to the other side. Gardner, baseline's open. He tries to find Evan Paddock. That's going to be a turnover. They had to play there, Jeff.
They did. The pass, maybe the angle from his angle was just not that good, but it looked like the player was open. A pass off the mark. 7 first quarter turnovers, and we still have 3 minutes to play. So rough start for the Spartans, but they're only down by 4.
Tigers running their offense as Dalton Jordan will take it inside. Nice shot off the glass.
Nice move. He split the defenders and used the big hop and had the big carry, if you will, like windmill action with the basketball to get through the defenders, and he nets his 4th point for jersey number 4 and a 10-4 lead for the Tigers.
Let's see what the Spartans can do. Schlatter gets it back over to the right side, and Patton, they get it to Gardner. He looks down low. Schlatter is there. They'll push it back out and come around the reverse side. There's a nice feed inside, and the result is a Luke Gardner basket.
Assist from Patton, a nice bounce pass, and it led Gardner right to the hoop, and he has 4 points. And for the Spartans now, after, again, a drought to start, they've come up with 6 points in their last few possessions. There's a block.
It'll be a blocking foul. That's going to go against Luke Gardner.
Team foul number 1 of the quarter. Shooting foul, huh?
That's interesting.
I didn't really, I thought, well, I don't know. Obviously I don't, and we're shooting 2.
And we're shooting 2 as Dalton Jordan. I didn't think he took a shot, but nonetheless, the call is a shot, and the Tigers are at the line as Dalton connects.
He now has 5 points. Make it, keep it 5.
Pops in and back out. Calvary Christian will have the rebound and the inbounds pass. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Opening quarter of basketball consolation matchup of the Myers Tavern Classic Tip-Off Tournament. Patton to the right side. Schlatter gets it down low. And then back out, and they're going to call a foul.
They had a couple good looks there. I think it was Schlatter maybe, or number 4 that had it along the baseline. When he turned with his back to this end line, I thought he had one cutter coming through, and he missed him, but he found another one. So it was a nice, I like when you throw a baseline, turn around, you can see the court from a reverse angle, and you watch your cutters. Nonetheless, they do get a foul called against the Trojan, or against the Tigers.
And Wiley will connect on the free throw. That was Philip Davey was down on the baseline, number 4, had a couple of options.
Yeah.
And Calvary Christian, they're not a bad passing team. Second free throw is also good. Our score is 11-8. Outside three, no good by Glick. He'll get it back out to Jordan. As Jace Kaufman will work it on the right side. 3-point shot by DeWitt, no good. Scrap for the rebound. That comes out to Wiley. Here comes Schlatter, looks down low, finds Davey. Back out to Schlatter, works the baseline, tries to get it out front, almost turns it over, but Evan Patton will bring it in and set the Calvary Christian offense up. Wiley, short jumper, no good. Patton comes down with a rebound. He'll bring it back out behind the arc. Over to the left side it goes, and Wiley, as they try to work the basketball, get that good shot. Clock coming up on a minute to go here in the quarter. Patton out front. Kaufman on him. Schlatter points to go back out front to Davey. Gardner, there's the cut. There's Patton. And the foul on number one, Jace Kaufman.
Kaufman will pick up his second foul here in the quarter. He has 2 of the 3 fouls, and free throws coming up for number 3, Evan Patton.
Couple of substitutes in for Waynesfield. Number 45, Jay Carter will come in here a moment. He's a 6'5" senior. And also number 15, Wyatt Harden. Free throw is good by Patton. As Charles Crum will come back in for Schlatter. Schlatter will catch a breather with 46 seconds.
Well, after a rough start with turnovers for the Spartans and Waynesfield hitting some shots, I think it was a 6-0 lead before Spartans even got on the board. This free throw can bring them to within 1. So a nice bounce back for the Spartans, and they are down by 1.
11-10 our score. Waynesfield with the big lead, or with a 1-point lead. And it's funny, if you were scouting Waynesfield-Goshen based on last night's game, you would not have anticipated that full court pressure.
Well, you saw it last night, and either they didn't feel they could do it against Botkins, but came out with a little different look, and it really forced Calvary Christian into some mistakes early. So see how Waynesfield now will finish out the final seconds here. They took over with 39 seconds, maybe here 40 seconds, and they appear that they've been going for 1 since they took the possession, and we're down to 10.
Glick with the basketball. Patton on him. That's going to be blocked.
Thought it was going to be charged for a second.
I thought he was going from behind his
you know what?
head.
I don't envy that position. There was contact. It could have gone either way, I think. But first foul against Patton, team's second.
As number 4, Dalton Jordan will inbound it.
Oh,
Clock
nice.
at 7. Nice move on the baseline. And Levi Glick with the bucket. Got to be a long-range shot. He doesn't get it off. Off target. Quarter number 1 is history. And Waynesfield enjoying a 13-10 lead over Calvary Christian. You're watching the Myers Tavern Tip-Off Classic on NK Telco Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Second quarter of basketball begins in our consolation matchup between Waynesfield-Goshen and Calvary Christian. Short jump shot, no good, as Glick shot hits the glass. Ball is loose. Scramble. Ball pops up. They're going to call a foul.
I think when the Spartan player went to throw it, Tiger crossed his arm and committed the foul.
That goes against Levi Glick.
His second foul, and as I said earlier, team fouls go back to 0. So that's the first team foul now on Waynesfield, but the second on Glick. He and Kaufman each with 2 personal fouls.
Calvary Christian playing much better than they did at the start of this contest, where they had quite a few turnovers.
Oh, yeah. Their first 5 or 6 possessions had 5 or 6 turnovers. They have 7 now, so after that rough start, they've only had 1, now make it 2. With that turnover there to open up the second quarter.
On the baseline goes Landon DeWitt. In trouble. Ball to the floor. It's going to be a jump ball.
That's a jump ball. That'll be Calvary Christian basketball.
Turnover Waynesfield. They'll go over to the Spartans.
It's very hard not to call somebody Botkins when you're doing this game. Evan Patton, he'll bring it across the timeline.
Home team wears the white jerseys, road team wears the dark jerseys. But it still says Botkins on the scoreboard.
That's right. Inside it goes, and Philip Davies' shot will pop in and back out.
Boy, nice play. Nice pass from Patton, but Davies, his shot just did not go in.
From the corner, there's Wyatt. Shot no good. Slatter. Lead pass. Oh, and the shot doesn't go for Wiley. I tell you, Calvary Christian does a nice job passing the basketball.
Yeah, I agree. They've had some nice ideas, and the last trip down the floor where I think it was Patton fed Davey, it didn't drop this time. They missed the attempt, but are fouled in the act of shooting. So 2 shots coming up here for number 24, Zeke Wiley. He's 2 for 2. Those came in the first quarter.
Leaves at the front of the iron. And Daniel Young will come into the game for Calvary. See, they had their junior varsity tournament. I could go back and take a look at that. It was played this afternoon. The first round as Wiley connects. So there's a couple of bench players. I noticed that Christian Rogan, a freshman, normally would, he saw action at least last night early on, but obviously he might have seen some extensive junior varsity playing time, so we might not see him until the second half.
So the JV teams played today in Botkins?
Out of bounds, I'll stay Waynesfield basketball.
Yes,
So when do they play their consolation game?
They play their consolation and championship on Monday night.
Okay, here at Botkins?
Here at Botkins, yep. Barnes with the basketball over to Carter. Back over into the wing, and the 3-point shot. Nothing but net for Levi Glick. He's got 7.
You know, you mentioned Waynesfield opened up differently. They haven't pressed since early on either.
No, they haven't.
That press was, it caught your attention, but they haven't done it since the first 2 or 3 possessions.
Davey double team. Patton is open for the 3, pops in and out. Rebound inside by Slater, no good. Rebound comes back out to Davey, dishes it off to Patton. He gets it back out to Daniel Young, and the junior connects.
Well, that's second and third chance opportunity. I'm going to put down 3 points in that category as Daniel Young, the junior, knocks it down, but a couple looks there, multiple looks for the Spartans. And they now have a 2-point deficit once again. Never led in the game yet.
There's Glick.
Back to back.
Levi Glick, he's hot. He's only a sophomore, 5'11".
Junior, I have him down as.
Have to go scurry for the books then.
Maybe I wrote it down wrong as well. I'll check my notes.
Out front is Young, and he'll connect again.
Okay, now it should be Glick's turn, right?
Yep.
Glick's hit 2, Young's hit 2.
That livens the old scoreboard up with 4:40 to go. Barnes back out front to Jordan. Jordan wants to drive the lane. He likes to do that. Young and all sorts of help going over for Calvary Christian to stop Jordan's race to the basket. He'll go to the free throw line.
At the line for the Tigers, number 4, Dalton Jordan.
Jordan with the free throw, pops in and back out with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go.
And Dave, you were correct. Levi Glick is a sophomore.
Not a bad looking sophomore either. Turner Thompson, freshman number 23, into the lineup for Coach Brad Klum's squad as Jordan connects on the next point, and it's a 3-point difference. Inside pass to Davy, tipped away by Glick. Good defense. And the Tigers create the turnover, have an opportunity to extend that 3-point lead. Barnes to Jordan. Nice move off the glass.
Jordan for 2.
Got to believe Waynesfield coach Brad Klum is breathing a sigh of relief as his team has a 5-point lead after the start they had against Botkins in the opener. Showing at least some offense here in the first half.
Yeah, they've been very efficient. They shot 6 of 13 in the first quarter, and they're very good here to start the second quarter, 3 of 5. So they've been shooting the ball much better. They haven't had many turnovers and much better rhythm to their game plan, if you will.
Wiley misses the free throw. Landon DeWitt will return to the Waynesfield lineup. Wiley's got 4 points in the half.
Yeah, he is 4 for 6 from the free throw line.
4-point margin. There's a 3-pointer, and Landon DeWitt connects.
That is their 3rd triple made of the second quarter. They're 3 for 3. They were 0 of 5 in the first quarter. So finding the mark, if you will, here in the second quarter, hitting on all 3 of their 3-point shots.
Calvary Christian could use a score here. Down by 7. Inside it goes to Slatter. They collapse on him. Ball's on the floor, taken away, and that's a turnover.
Nice
Up
bounce.
court quickly. Jordan, nice feed to Barnes, and a good block by Philip Davey. Evan Patton will bring it up.
Nice defense by the Spartans. I thought maybe the Tigers broke down the Spartan defense to get the shot off, but a good recovery, and they get the block shot and rebound in that last possession.
Landon DeWitt guilty of the foul. That's Waynesfield's 4th foul here in the quarter. So Calvary Christian with 3:07 to go here in quarter number 2 will shoot
now
2 free throws on the foul.
If Waynesfield had 5 fouls in the first quarter, okay? So by rights, 2 fouls ago, we had already started shooting free throws. So there's something to look at like, well, you normally would have been shooting by now, but you're not. We've just been taking the ball to bounce, taking the ball to bounce. So in a way, it maybe speeds it up a little bit. Again, that's
changes the way the game's play, that's for sure.
But that's not, yeah, and I don't know that their reasoning was to speed the game up. It was, again, data showed injuries on rebounding free throws is my understanding, and I never would have thought of that as being one, but I also don't keep those stats.
And I think there's Glick's shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Schlatter up court, pushes it to Davey, but Jordan will tip it. The JV gets it. He'll take the 3, no good. Battle for the rebound. It's going to stay with Calvary Christian. If I'm not mistaken, outside of the professional leagues and the amateur leagues, the only one that still has the 1-on-1 left are men's college basketball.
Yes.
If I'm correct. If
men's college. I don't know what the NBA does. I don't watch it. But men's college, in my mind, is the only one. The women have been doing it now. High schools have joined.
So there apparently must be a lot of momentum for that. I'm not sure if the men's college folks think about it, but
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those rules that I don't know. It used to be, it's changed. It used to be 7 was the bonus, and then you shot, the 2-shot automatic wasn't even a thing, but they added that because when teams started fouling towards the end of the game, it made you not want to foul as much because you gave the team 2 shots. Well, teams kept fouling if they had to. You had no choice, but rules are made and you adapt and you move on.
Slatter gets the pass back from Davey. Shot no good. Slatter just having all sorts of difficulties here in the first half against Waynesfield. Inside the lane goes Glick. Nice move. Shot doesn't fall. Rebound. Comes down to Wiley, and Patton will bring it up court. 10-footer, shot no good, rebound. To DeWitt, Now Glick back to DeWitt. Over in the corners, Barnes steps behind the line and takes his shot. No good.
As well as Waynesfield kind of started off the quarter shooting the basketball, they've missed some of their most recent shots, and likewise, Calvary Christian has not been hitting at a high clip either, and the offensive efficiencies have seemed like slowed here in the past couple minutes.
A lot of energy spent there in the first quarter. Slatter trying to work on the baseline. There's his first basket.
He's now 1 of 4 from the field. That was a tough shot. Kind of a floater on the baseline, no bank board. He was being challenged by Glick. And that time it was 5 versus 5. Slatter versus Glick. Slatter able to bounce it in for his first bucket, as you mentioned. 2 points.
Glick with it. Patton trying to hold him under control. They'll work it around the arc, back out front. It comes. Thompson looks inside at Jordan making the cut. Glick to Barnes. Tigers running their offense.
Down to 20 seconds. We'll see once they're going to be basically looking now for 1. Down to 15.
Clock, as you can see on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard, goes under 10. Glick is going to fire one up from long range, and it rims in and out. And I think Patton took a step.
0.3 tenths of a second left. So this is much more than a tip, I think. Whoa.
Waynesfield-Goshen will take a timeout.
And that's a 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout.
That's their first charge, 30-second timeout.
I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, and NK Telco. Additional sponsors, Carriage Works, Chiltech, LLC, Cy Schwiedemann, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. And our replays on NK Telco Cable or NKT.TV. The app on channel 154 on December 5th at 5 p.m., channel 3 or 503, December 18th at 8 p.m., December 19th at 4 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. And timeouts tonight also brought to you by Precision Strip. 0.3 seconds, lob inside to Jordan.
Wow, they made the best of it, that's
They
for sure.
sure did. They used the timeout wisely, almost had themselves with an easy bucket on that lob pass. So we go to halftime. Our score, Waynesfield-Goshen 25, Calvary Christian 20. You're watching the Myers Tavern Tip-Off Tournament on NK Telco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Back here at the Myers Tavern Tip-Off Tournament. Consolation game featuring Calvary Christian and Waynesfield-Goshen. Tigers of Waynesfield-Goshen with a 5-point lead here at halftime. Let's take a look at our halftime numbers, all brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems.
First half field goal shooting for the Tigers. They finished 38%. 10 of 26 was for Waynesfield. They were 7 of 13 2-point shooting, and 3 of 13 3-point shooting. 10 of 26, 38%. Calvary Christian, 6. Do my math right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 6 of 20, 30%. They were 4 of 11 2-point shooting, 2 of 9 3-point shooting. Overall, 6 of 20, 30%. From the free throw line, Waynesfield 2 of 4. Calvary Christian 6 of 8. Rebounding, Waynesfield had 9. Calvary Christian 18. Turnovers, Waynesfield just 3 turnovers. Calvary Christian committed 11. Game time scores for Waynesfield: 10 points from Levi Glick, 8 from Dalton Jordan, 5 from Landon DeWitt, 2 from Jace Kaufman, their total of 25. For Calvary Christian, 6 from Daniel Young, 4 apiece from Evan Patton, Zeke Wiley, and Luke Gartner, and 2 from Wyatt Slaughter, their total of 20. So a number of turnovers hurt Calvary Christian, and probably fortunate they're only down by 5. But they're still in the ball game, but a rough start, and they've just kind of hung in there. They got to within 1, but never have led in this game ever. Spartans. It's been all Waynesfield with the lead.
Kaufman will dump it off. Short jumper there by Landon DeWitt. That's an awkward-looking shot, but it went in.
Well, it's a tough, I would say it's a tough spot because you're not close enough. He couldn't use the bank board. It's not a three-pointer, obviously. He was in that kind of intermediate lane, like 6-foot range.
Davey misses the 3, chases after the rebound, but it comes down to Kaufman. Across the timeline, left side, Dalton Jordan pushes it back out to Kaufman for 3, no good. Barnes tips it away, but it'll come down to number 24, Zeke Wiley, who will start the second half. He came off the bench in the first half.
And we haven't seen Waynesfield apply any full court pressure that they did the first few possessions of the ball game.
Ball is on the floor. Wiley gets it back out. Patton for a wide open 3, and Evan Patton knocks that one home.
Number 3 with a 3, and that now gives him a 7. That's his first made 3-pointer in 3 attempts. So he's 1 of 3 from that range.
DeWitt on the outside. Kaufman runs the cut inside. Barnes is going to bulldoze inside.
Yeah, good description. He kind of looked like a running back trying to gain a yard. There should be a block.
Davey.
And the bucket. Whoa.
Get the shot.
No, charge.
Called for the charge.
That's a player control foul called on the Spartans, number 4, Philip Davey.
His first team foul, first of the quarter.
That's a big call.
It is, because he got the hoop, too. I thought it was a block. He's going to the line for the 3-point play, but good defense. I missed the Tiger that took the charge. Maybe it was number,
might have been, I think it might have been Jordan.
That's who I thought, number 4.
Yep, I think it was number 4, Jordan.
So good job by Dalton Jordan, holding his ground, drawing the contact. Second foul against Evan Patton.
Out front it comes to DeWitt. He gets it back over to Glick. Glick, Jordan. He's going to go into the lane against Wiley. Shot no good. And
had
Davey.
to alter it a little bit. It looked like kind of a wild shot there. So he was a little bit off balance and had some defenders in his face.
Calvary Christian really looking for somebody to give him an offensive spark. Maybe it'll be Evan Patton. He hit the 3 a little bit ago to start this half. Back over to Wiley. He'll dish it back over to Davey. They're all outside the arc, with the exception of Wiley, who stands at the free throw line.
Setting the screens for the cutters.
Back out front, Slatter, who had the big night in the opener with 22. He cuts inside. He'll get the basketball. Double team. Nice move. Shot no good. Rebound shot up and in. Nice persistence by Wyatt Schlatter.
Yeah, he had a nice move. Kind of a tough shot he missed, but followed it up on the backside, maybe for a better look on the rebound.
Long 3 there by DeWitt. No good. Jay Carter's going to come off the Waynesfield-Goshen bench. 6'5" interior player. Open is Patton. Jordan gets a block. Wiley, the rebound, puts it up and in.
Offensive rebound, stick back. A good defensive play by the Tigers to block it, but Spartans come up with the offensive rebound, and that's 2 offensive boards this quarter, 4 points off those rebounds for the Spartans.
Back out front, it goes to Kaufman.
Tie game on the errant pass. It's a tie game, and on the errant pass, the turnover, Spartans are going to have a chance for their first lead of the ball game.
And Waynesfield-Goshen coach Brad Plum not at all happy with his team at the 4:32 mark of quarter number 3. We've got a break in the action. Timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. Our score, Calvary Christian 27, Waynesfield-Goshen 27. You're watching the Myers Tavern Tip-Off Classic on NK Telco Sports.
Hometown Opportunity serves Mercer County, Auglaize County, Darke County, and Shelby County.
The website as a whole is pretty user-friendly. I was able to filter down my options, see what types of jobs were out there for me in the area.
It really opened up my eyes to the employer market around here.
We know that our local candidates, a lot of times, are our most successful candidates because they want to come here and stay.
It's become the go-to site for anybody looking for a job in the region.
4 minutes, 32 seconds. Timeout brought to you by Precision Strip. Tigers had to think about things there.
I say, do you think Coach Brad Plum was happy or instructing? He was not. I mean, he was coaching, I believe, is the word
That's what you call it. Yeah, he had a coach.
And they dropped back to his zone now. I don't think they were zone last possession. Am I thinking correctly, Dave? Or
I don't believe so. They were man-to-man.
Okay, so zone maybe for the first time, and then it's going to create a turnover. First turnover of the half for the Spartans, number 12 in the game. 12 turnovers now in the game.
Calvary Christian runs that, I don't know what you call it, a passing offense, a cutting offense, and the zone just kind of slows them down a little bit. They get the rebound. Wiley has it on through the missed Waynesfield-Goshen shot.
Again, a chance to take the lead. They have not led throughout. I don't think they led once in the second quarter at all. So
no, I think Waynesfield-Goshen put that press on early and got the lead.
I know they got off to a good start, but I don't know that the Spartans have ever led.
Patton for 3 and the lead. Oh, hits the front iron. It's going to go off of the Spartans. And Glick had position on the rebound. And Glick will bring it up court. And now the Tigers have an opportunity to take the lead. Jay Carter at 6'5" is down low. Out front is Kaufman. Carter comes out to the top of the arc and takes it. Levi Glick.
Carter by far is the biggest player on the court. He's 6'5" and looks like he's the most filled out player. I mean, he's a big body. I saw him cut through to set some screens. I'd
say he's a
tackle
on a very successful football team would be my guess.
Agree. I don't know, but he's built like a lineman.
So Landon DeWitt will toss it in.
Third team foul against the Spartans here in the quarter, so keep in mind you shoot 2 shots on the 5th team foul.
Glick wants the ball over in the corner. Kaufman looks to his right. He'll push it back over to DeWitt over in the left wing.
Spartans also zones. That both teams have gone zone here recently. It just looks different now.
Oh yeah, this is new.
Did I not catch this the last few possessions?
I don't believe so.
So
I think we're going to get into a little bit of a more deliberate game here as they try to get it inside to Jordan. Let's see who they call that on. I think it's on Davey. Davey from behind. Yeah, number 4. That's his third, which we got to watch Davey's foul situation because he's been doing the job pretty good inside for him, and Charles Crum will come in as Davey will catch a opportunity on the pine with 2:44 to go. Carter inside, they collapse, but Carter turnaround jumper no good. Great opportunity, just unable to hit the shot.
Yeah, did everything right, maybe just a little bit too hard on the shot, and it can't get the shot off the glass to drop.
Crum with it. Slatter trying to get it inside to Crum, but that pass picked off by Dalton Jordan. Lead pass to DeWitt, and there's going to be a foul on Calvary Christian. What's our foul count now?
5.
Yep, 5-0, so the advantage is going to go to the Tigers here with 2:15 to go in this third quarter.
Shooting the two-shot bonus for Waynesfield is number 3, Landon DeWitt.
Provided, of course, that you can make the free throws, as Landon DeWitt, nothing but net.
Waynesfield 2 of 4 from the line in the first half. This is their first attempt here in the second half. And DeWitt makes both.
And the Tigers regain the lead on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Third quarter action, 29-27. Waynesfield with a 2-point lead. Consolation game of the Meyer Tavern Tip-Off Classic.
DeWitt with those 2 free throws, now with 9 points for the Tigers.
Patton out front. Slatter dumps it inside. Short jump shot. Shot doesn't go. Wiley had the shot, but it doesn't go the Spartans' way. Here comes Jordan muscling his way up court.
Spartans with 5 team fouls, as we just talked about. Waynesfield has committed 0 fouls in this quarter.
Free throw situation goes to the Tigers' way, so they could afford to be a little patient. Inside move, and it's a beauty. Landon DeWitt. And the lead goes back to 4.
6 points in the quarter, now 11 in the game for Landon DeWitt, the 5'10 senior.
In the corner, it goes to Wiley, back over to Gardner. Looks inside, Slatter will run the cut. There he is in the middle. Nice move inside, he'll draw the foul.
Yeah, simple ball fake, and he sold it. He didn't do it too fast, and boy, when he faked, I almost jumped to the right, or my right, and he then, that split the defenders, he went to the cup. The only problem was he's a left-hander on the right side. He couldn't finish maybe with his right hand.
He was able to do that on Friday night in the tournament opener. Daniel Young will come in to the lineup as Zeke Wiley will go out.
Young came in the second quarter, hit back-to-back 3-point shots for his team.
Slatter hits that free throw. He has 5. Tigers with a 3-point lead.
Under a minute to play.
Jordan. There's the cut by Kaufman. Back out to Carter.
I was going to say, nice ball movement. If that last one maybe would have dropped down, Carter catches it on the bounce and goes up. Instead, maybe just too close and too much heat on the pass. But some good ball movement by the Tigers to get into that position. They turn it over, though, their 3rd turnover of the 3rd quarter.
Spartans with the basketball. Gardner in the corner. Back out front to Patton. Over to Young. In the corner is Crum. He'll come inside. Schlatter battling with Carter. There's the 3 for a tie. It doesn't go. Schlatter and Carter. That's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow will favor Calvary Christian.
We'll get another look here with 19 seconds to play. Spartans have already pulled down 2 offensive rebounds in this quarter and put them both up for points. So we'll see once they can capitalize and go 3 for 3 on offensive rebounds.
And we've got a foul inside. Let's see who they're going to call that on.
Jay Carter, I think, is going to get whistled. Earlier, that same possession, but earlier it looked like Carter was, I don't know, it just seemed like there was some contact with him and 33 going at it. Crum, so we'll keep an eye on that, but this time they whistle Carter for his first foul, team's 2nd.
Young will toss it into Schlatter back over to the corner. The set shot there for Young, but he doesn't, unable to take it as Kaufman gets out to defend it.
Almost got
there's a reach as Slater goes inside.
Slater, when he windmilled the ball around, he picked up the face of Levi Glick. Nothing intentional, but Glick caught a bit of an elbow from Slaughter as he made his move to the basket.
They can't call that. It'll go to Slaughter in for the bucket.
Tough break.
You can't call it. He already gave the ball to the inbounds player. That's inadvertent buzzer. Shot at the buzzer, no good. And so, our 3rd quarter score Waynesfield-Goshen 31, Calvary Christian 30. You're watching the Myers Tavern Tip-Off Classic on NK Telco Sports.
Waynesfield scores 6.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Tough third quarter for the Waynesfield-Goshen Tigers, not only on the scoreboard, but right here at the end of it.
Yeah, it looked like Calvary Christian got a cheap basket on the out-of-bounds play on inadvertent horn. The players kind of looked, and then in the meantime, Calvary Christian inbounded it to an open player for a quick basket, if you will, right near the end of the quarter, and also opened up the quarter with a basketball and a chance to take the lead.
Let's see what the Spartans do. Young in the lineup as he'll get it down
nice
low.
Pass.
Schlatter. There's the pass. Nice defensive play out of nowhere. Landon DeWitt with the block.
Yeah, did a nice job. He got it from behind. Didn't make contact, but knocked the ball away from the shooter's hands and what looked like it was going to be a very high percentage opportunity.
Glick back over to DeWitt. He'll get it into Carter. Carter puts it up. Shot doesn't go. Schlatter with the rebound.
Again, Calvary Christian a chance for their first lead.
Oh, there's Young. You've seen him hit a couple in the first half. Not this time. Up court, Glick. That's going to be a charge.
I agree with the call. You may say, well, number 5, Schlatter left his feet. Yeah, you can go straight up and down. I felt it was a good call, even though Schlatter maybe looked like he was going up. As long as you're not left or right or forward, you're going straight up. I like the call, charge call against the Tigers, the first of the quarter.
And I think for the third time, Calvary Christian has an opportunity here in this fourth quarter to take the lead.
I think you're right. There's been a number of times it seems like even during the end of the third quarter and such where I talked about they've had a chance for the first time in a game to have the advantage.
There's the three-point shot, and there it is. Luke Gardner.
His 7th point of the game, his first points of the second half on the three-pointer, and they do lead now 33-31.
Gardner hits the open three as Kaufman will have it in the wing in front of the Waynesfield bench. Back out front to Carter. Glick to the baseline. It's going to be a foul on number 15. That's Luke Gardner.
Just too much maybe hand contact that limited the ability of the offense to go to the basket. So again, a good call. I like it.
Dalton Jordan will return to the lineup. Inside, he puts it up and in. They need his offense. If he gets the shot inside, he can connect.
He has 10 points now. Nice play. It looked like the out-of-bounds play. DeWitt fed him nicely, and Jordan able to finish.
Tied at 33 all on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Schlatter back out to Young. Looks to the left. He goes right. He'll bring it back out to Patton. Young is open. He'll put it up. That's his spot. He was in the wrong spot that time.
Well, he's 3 for 4 now in the ball game for the junior.
3-point lead. Barnes shot no good. Rebound bounces off of Waynesfield and into the hands of Evan Patton. They'll work the perimeter. Young out front. Schlatter. Lead pass.
No.
Back out Gardner for 3. Pops in and out. Rebound by Davey. Took it right away from Glick. Gets it again and puts it off the glass. What an effort by Davey.
Well, they had 3 looks at it there. I thought the three-pointer was in. Then Davey comes up with 2 attempts. So, again, points off of offensive rebounds. They convert again. That's their 6th point this half on offensive rebounding. Good shot.
Boy, Levi Glick, he connects on a pressure shot there. Pulls his team to within 2.
That's his first points of the half. He had 10 at halftime. Now with 13, he only took one shot in the third quarter. Missed it, now made his third triple of the game. And again, much needed points for the Tigers to draw back to within 2.
Got a whistle away from the ball. It's going to go against DeWitt, Landon DeWitt.
Number 3, Landon DeWitt.
His second foul, team's second. It looked like he was holding Daniel Young when he was cutting through. Referee saw him, made the call.
Patton inside Slatter. Slatter in trouble, dumps it back out. Davey makes a move inside. Nice shot off the glass.
Yes, exactly right, Dave, with the bank board. Kind of a floating, tough shot, but soft touch off the glass. Davey now with back-to-back buckets in his shots for 4 points in the quarter and 4 points in the game.
DeWitt returns the favor with a 3, and it's a 1-point game. Waynesfield-Goshen not going away. Calvary Christian with a 1-point lead. Patton. Schlatter inside to Davey. Davey trying to work that baseline on Barnes. Return toss is stolen by DeWitt. DeWitt on the break. Spartan defense is there. Kaufman goes to the baseline. Back out to DeWitt. And Landon DeWitt puts the Tigers in the lead with another 3.
He's been very consistent. He's got 5 points in halftime. He had 2, 4, 6 in the third quarter for 11. Now 6 in the fourth quarter for a total of 17.
Slatter off the glass. And it's tied at 42.
Slatter now with 9 points. He had 2 in the first half. And now has come up with 7 points here in the second half for a total of 9. Tied up at 42.
Dalton Jordan, ball on the floor, off the glass. And Slatter will clear the boards. And the foul will be on Jace Kaufman.
Kaufman will pick up his third, I believe. And third Waynesfield team foul.
Now the foul situation can be interesting as we're tied at 42 all. Tigers with 3 fouls.
In the old scoring system, we'd be shooting free throws right now.
Back out, Gardner hops in and out, rebound.
Well,
Landon DeWitt.
He's had a couple in and out 3-pointers here in the fourth quarter by Gardner. He's hit his first one. The last 2 were good-looking shots, just didn't drop.
Barnes setting the pick as Kaufman goes right. DeWitt. Slatter with the rebound. 42 all. Clock at 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Young back over to Schlatter. Young running the cut. Gardner looks inside, gets it back out. Schlatter handling the basketball. Glick on him. Spartans running their offense, trying to get that good shot. It's going to be tipped out of bounds by Waynesville. Calvary Christian will inbound it. Evan Patton. Schlatter back over to Gardner. Young puts it on the floor, puts it up. Shot no good. Rebound Barnes. Possession by possession as they become very critical.
Yes, they have been. As you know, again, just 2 minutes now in the ball game and knotted up at 42 apiece. So all possessions count, but it seems like these last few are the ones that you remember the most by.
Inside the lane, DeWitt, ball taken away. Davey on the break. He's going inside against Jordan. Missed the shot. Barnes with a rebound. And now the Tigers have the basketball. 1:30 to play.
I don't believe Calvary Christian has taken a timeout. Waynesfield will have them down as 2 timeouts, so they have 3 left. Calvary Christian would have 5 left if we get down to situations when you need one.
And we're getting down to the time as we approach the 1 minute mark of this one.
Calvary Christian only has 1 team foul, so you can kind of be maybe aggressive if you have to. You don't want to get beat being too aggressive, but you know, if you foul them without shooting, you're just ball back out of bounds. 60 seconds left.
They're running their offense.
Just wonder if they're going to milk it down to, there's going to be a foul, which is not bad. Maybe a little intentional at the end, but why not muscle up, face him, knock it away? If the referee doesn't blow the whistle and you punch it away, hey, guess what? You just created a turnover, and that's the second team foul. Now you force him. You can play 5-on-4 if you don't want to guard the ball handler. Take it to the ball, the person taking out. You can play 5-on-4. Calvary Christian will take a timeout.
Timeout, Calvary Christian with 51 seconds to play in this one. Timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. We'll take a break. Our score, Calvary Christian 42, Waynesville 42. You are watching the Myers Tavern Tip-Off Classic on MK Telco Sports.
Crown, your hometown global leader in the material handling industry, named one of America's best in-state employers of 2023 by Forbes magazine, has positions available in engineering, marketing, sales, IT, and more. We offer a full range of employee benefits, competitive wages, advancement opportunities, and ongoing training. Join our growing team of 18,000 plus employees. Visit crown.jobs and apply today, or find us on social media by searching Careers at Crown.
51 seconds remain. Our timeouts this season brought to you by Precision Strip. Coming down to the final seconds of this one. 51 seconds on the clock. Waynesville Tigers with the basketball. Chase Kaufman has it, guarded closely by Evan Patton. They'll get it out in the wing to DeWitt. Back out front, Barnes. Kaufman cut across by DeWitt. Out front is Glick. Tigers trying to run that offense. Dalton Jordan, who's been effective inside. Slatter almost steals it. Ball's loose. And we're going to have a reach by Barnes. Carson Barnes, a 6-foot junior.
That's his second foul and team foul number 4.
And Calvary Christian will take a timeout. 25.6 seconds remain. That's a full timeout. We'll take a break. You're watching the Myers Tavern Tip-Off Classic on NK Telco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Calvary Christian takes the timeout. Their timeout's brought to you by Precision Strip. And we're at crunch time, Jeff. They're going to put 25.6 seconds on the clock. And we are coming down to the final shot or shots of this consolation matchup.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see once Waynesfield had the ball for a long time and kind of milked it. And then there was a defensive challenge and deflection, and end result is a turnover foul against the Tigers, and now we're down to 18 seconds. Waynesfield does have 4 fouls, so any foul against them would be a 2-shot opportunity.
Wide open inside, Riley, turn around, off the glass, 8 seconds remain, timeout Waynesfield.
And he was open, and I think he was so open he almost didn't get the shot off, and then he reloaded, able to get it and score his 8th point of the game.
And Wiley was open that first time with a very easy shot. Then like he said, he reloaded with a little bit more difficult shot, but he kissed it right off the glass. And Zeke Wiley hits the biggest basket of the season for Calvary Christian to this point.
Well, it's right now, it put them in the lead. There's still, I believe, 6.7 seconds left. And I just think he realized he was so open, he wanted to catch and shoot all at once. And when he didn't look it into his hands, and that kind of threw him off further, but able to get the composure, reload, and and then finish.
That'll be collected by
Still plenty of time for Waynesfield. They still have timeouts left. I think they have 2 left, so if they can advance into the front court and want to reset or just go full bore, penetrate, either finish or kick out for a game-winning or a shot of the perimeter has got to be the best offense. Not much chance to do anything else.
44-42, Calvary Christian with the lead, and
Calvary Christian, remember, they only have 2 fouls. They could easily pressure and foul a non-shooter or foul in the act of not shooting and force Waynesfield to take it out again.
Yep, and there's 6.7 seconds left in that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. They'll get it to midcourt and take another timeout. Boy, a bounce pass all the way up to Landon DeWitt.
Well, he threw it to a spot, not to a player. So the offense knew where the pass was going because he was not standing. I mean, he waited for the end because it's one of those borderline, do I step over and catch it, which he could have, but he was not standing there when the ball was thrown. He was on the elbow, kind of a timed, I'm going to throw it there, you cut on the first slap. He did. A slick bounce pass, like you said, and they were able to corral it, now get it. And I think they only wasted 7/10 of a second, so I still have him down for 1 timeout left.
Plenty of time for Waynesfield to get off, a tying or winning shot as we move along here in this tournament. Our timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip.
Yeah, and
what a finish.
It has been a nice ball game. I've enjoyed it. I don't know either team, if you will, from Adam. I don't know any of the players, but they played well. They both had tough losses last night. Waynesfield got thumped, and Calvary Christian kind of ran out of gas in the second half against Riverside. So it's been a good competitive ball game. Yeah, there's been a turnover here and there, a missed shot, but I like the energy. They're playing clean, they're playing hard. It's been a fun game. It's been fun to watch.
Dalton Jordan will inbound it. He's number 4. Hoffman, there's Barnes back to Jordan. He's going inside. It's going to go off of Jordan out of bounds. Calvary Christian will have the ball with 3.4 seconds.
It looked, I have no angle from here, but it looked weird. I thought maybe he got fouled, but instead he hit it off his leg. Maybe that's why it looked weird. I don't know. I have a worse angle from where I'm at, but it goes out of bounds, and then Waynesfield has to do what they do, and that's foul. That'll be 2 shots with 2.4 left.
So that's going to put Philip Davey. He'll shoot 2.
He has not attempted a free throw tonight. Does have 4 points. All those coming here in the 4th quarter.
He eyes the bucket. Connects. Luke Gardner on the Calvary Christian bench just let out a big sigh of relief. Comes over and congratulates his teammate on that made free throw. Waynesfield-Goshen will take their final timeout. Timeouts all brought to you by Precision Strip, and we've got a flurry of them here in this consolation game, but it's going down to the wire.
It is. Now, he took his last time out, so you got to go over all sorts of, obviously, if he makes it, I don't know what you can do. You got to assume he misses it, and you got to be going ready on the fly, because if he makes it, it's a 4-point game. I don't care what you do, you're not probably going to win it then, but on a miss, you got to have your outlet guys ready to go. Snap, crackle, and get one off. Snap, crackle, and pop. The key is if Davey makes it, obviously it's ball game. If he misses it, you got to be ready to go and have your shooters that can maybe catch one dribble or someone maybe a quick pass up the court, but you got to box out. Obviously, Waynesfield's hoping for a miss. So if you're Calvary Christian, they ask us, do you intentionally miss it? Hope it rattles off down here. They get it deep in the court with the clock running when they touch it, or do you try to make it? I would almost say make it because it's a 4-point game, and you take all the thinking out of it. Now, we'll see what he says. Like if it was a 2-point game, then maybe you miss it and force him to go the distance. We'll see what happens with Davey.
2.4 seconds remain. Davey got it. Cracks on both of them. Last second shot off the glass. Calvary Christian comes up with their first win of the season. A 46-42 victory over Waynesfield-Goshen. Tigers drop to 0-2. Nice win for Calvary Christian as they prevail on some nice play right at the end of the game, and they come away. They convert a Waynesfield-Goshen turnover, take the lead, and then wrap it up with a couple of made free throws on the part of Philip Davey. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for tonight's broadcast from the Botkins Athletic Complex. First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, and NK Telco. Our scoreboard sponsor tonight, First National Bank. Keys to the game brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Timeout sponsor, Precision Strip. Our player of the game brought to you by NK Telco. We'll announce that here in just a moment. And our mid and post-game stats, all brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems. Additional sponsors for tonight's broadcast, Carriage Works, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwiedemann, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. NK Telco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app. Channel 154 on December the 5th at 5 p.m. Channel 34503 December the 18th at 8 p.m. December 19th at 4 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Calvary Christian takes the 4-point win, and opening up tonight's contest, Waynesville jumped out to a 13-10 first quarter lead. They also led at halftime 25-20. Held a 1-point lead after 3 quarters of play, 31-30. Then down the stretch, nosed out Waynesfield-Goshen, outscoring them 16-11 in the final quarter to take that 4-point win over the Tigers. Calvary Christian now 1-1 on the season. Waynesfield-Goshen 0-2, and they'll play next Friday at New Knoxville. And our statistics, post-game statistics, all brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems. And Jeff, what do the numbers tell us for tonight's game?
Well, the key word is unofficial numbers.
Unofficial numbers.
The official number is the final score 46-42. The unofficial numbers are Calvary Christian in the ball games was 11 of 25 2-point shooting, 5 of 18 3-point shooting, overall 16 of 43 for 37%. Waynesfield, 10 of 23 2 points, 3 of 17 3 points, 13 of 40 for 32%. Free throws, Calvary Christian very good, 9 of 12, and Waynesfield 4 of 6 is 9 of 12, include those 2 big ones by Davey to basically ice it at the end of the ball game. Rebounding, Calvary Christian had 32 rebounds, Waynesfield 17, so the board advantage to the Spartans. In turnovers, Calvary Christian had 14, Waynesfield only 9, a big one late in the game where the ball went off the leg of the ball handler and gave Calvary Christian Spartans then that chance to have the last possession. But game time or game leading scores, unofficial scoring, Landon DeWitt was 17 for Waynesfield, 12 from Dalton Jordan, 13 from Levi Glick, 2 from Jace Kaufman, their total 42. And for Calvary Christian, 9 from Daniel Young, all of those are 3-point shots, 9 from Wyatt Slater, 8 from Zeke Wiley, 7 apiece from Evan Patton and also Luke Gartner, and 6 from Philip Davey. Pretty balanced scoring for their total of 44, or 46, unofficially again, if I have that all right.
46-42, our final score. Calvary Christian over Waynesfield-Goshen. Any particular player of the game? That's a tough one with that kind of balance, isn't it, for the winners?
Black and white, I just have points. I mean, there was rebounding, there was passing, there was assist.
Nice balanced effort on the part of Calvary Christian.
Davey had 6 points, all of them in the fourth quarter. Young hit the 9 points off the bench. Other than that, it's really a lot of players all kind of earned the right or were part of this team effort win.
I kind of like Philip Davey, those 6 points in that fourth quarter and the 2 free throws, they were all big ones.
I would agree. I mean, yeah, he scored 6. There's 2 free throws late in the game with, 2.4 seconds left. If he misses them, who knows what happens. I'm fine. Let's go with Philip Davey, the junior. Where's number 4 on the jersey? Came up with 6 points, all in the fourth quarter. And congratulations to Philip Davey, our NK Telco player of the game.
That's going to do it for us from the Watkins Athletic Complex for game number 1, the consolation game. We'll move on to the championship game. And of course, the all-tournament team will be announced following the conclusion of the championship game, which features Riverside and Watkins. And we'll have that here on NK Telco Sports. 46-42, Calvary Christian in an exciting fashion over Waynesfield-Goshen in the consolation game. Championship game coming up here on NK Telco Sports. You are watching the Myers Tavern Tip-Off Tournament on NK Telco Sports.